Listen, the Rockets are very easy to figure out. They're making shots. They can beat anybody in the league. Are they not? They're going to struggle mightily, even more so this year as they've gone even more, forget small ball, micro ball.
They're all in.
They're going as small as you can. They're shooting more threes.
Micro ball?
Yeah.
Micro ball doesn't really roll off the tongue.
And I also didn't come up with it.
Micro ball.
It's what people are saying.
Okay.
But you, for reasons I don't understand, Stephen, have an issue with Mike D'Antoni saying what the players know and what's obvious. This is what their season has been. Not their season, but their last 10 days have been. They have a great win against Boston. Great win. Escape, great win against Boston.
We're like, small ball works.
They play the New York Knicks. They're down 19 points in the third quarter. They finally start playing better, but Russell Westbrook misses a jumper at the end of the game to go to overtime. Then they get annihilated by the Clippers. They then fall down 20-0 to Charlotte and en route to getting blown out. And then they're down 30 throughout the game to Orlando en route to getting blown out. That is rock bottom. But the defense thing I think is unfair in that, this week it's been defense. Stephen, they were a top 5 defense under Mike D'Antoni 3 years ago. That happened. We all saw it. I don't know why you remember that year, right? Mm-hmm. When they won 65 games?
What happened?
Their second best player blew his hamstring, and they end up losing. No, I mean, what happened to?
You know what happened?
What?
Golden State happened.
Because they had
Golden State happened.
They had Golden State.
They didn't beat them.
So what happened to Golden State last year? What happened? They just weren't good enough?
No, they lost.
Why?
Because of Kawhi.
Oh, okay. It wasn't because of injuries.
You would say that. I would say Kawhi. That's who hit the shot falling out of bounds to get to the finals. That's the guy that dominated the whole finals. Kawhi. I don't bail people out because of injury. Injuries happen. It always happens. We won the West Conference Finals. Dirk, they didn't have Dirk. Dallas didn't have Dirk. Yeah. We'll take it.
Of course you'll take it, but it would have been different if they did.
We still would have won.
Okay.
In my mind.
Okay.
But you can't
so
do
you
if.
Think
If it was the fifth,
we'd all be drunk.
Exactly.
I got you, Stack.
Exactly.
But you
we'll
don't,
be tipsy.
Hold on, man. You don't believe what you're saying right here.
Yes,
and
I do.
Okay,
he's a truth teller.
You believe if Golden State's fully healthy, Kawhi and them still win.
That's not the situation, Nick.
Right. But I get it. So my point is there's this narrative. You can't win with D'Antoni. You can't win.
You know why is that narrative? Because he hasn't won.
Right.
That's fair.
It's not a narrative. It's proof. He hasn't won. They're losing. They're getting blown out by teams because of their defense. They have 2 guys that can score. You throw the ball to P.J. Tucker. People don't even know P.J. Tucker. They know him because he wears nice shoes, not even because of the basketball game. Covington's a great defensive player. You have 2 offensive players. That's it on your team. D'Antoni thinks he can win games with offense, and he's been known to be a great offensive coach. Mm-hmm. Great offensive coach.
Top 5 offense every year in Houston.
But don't win. So what does that say?
But again, you know who else never won until he won? Andy Reid. Did Andy Reid
I don't play
things?
football.
Okay, but it's tough in the NBA because a handful of coaches hoard the titles. Rick Carlisle, was he not a great coach till 2011?
Rick was a great coach, been a great coach before he won.
Why? He hadn't won.
Because every coach will tell you he's one of the smartest coaches, X and O's in the NBA.
Oh, wait, hang on. This isn't fully about coaching. Daryl Morey put together this plan, and it goes like this. You hit the threes, you're going to win. If you don't, you're going to lose. And he's pushing all his chips in. He's saying, we're getting rid of all our tall guys. This is it. We may not have a plan B, C, or D, but the plan A, when it works, is one that I'm betting on. And if it works, we can go all the way to the
When did it ever
finals.
work for Houston, though?
Well, okay, so again...
That's my point. It never worked. And it didn't work in Phoenix for D'Antoni. It's not working in Houston. It's common sense. It hasn't worked.
Okay, except here's the thing. Who wins titles in this league? You think Durant is one of the greatest players of all time, right?
Right.
Okay. You think incredibly highly of Kawhi, that he's one of the 3 best players currently in the league.
Yes.
We know where you think about LeBron. That's all the titles. And Steph the year before Durant got there. And then in the 90s, it's like, well, you've got Tim Duncan to deal with. You've got Kobe, you say is the second greatest player.
Look at the coaches.
Hold on a second. You've got Shaq to deal with. Yeah, he's not Phil Jackson.
He's not Greg Popovich.
Okay, he's not the best coach ever or the second best coach ever. So he sucks. It's a terrible way to analyze these things.
Don Nelson never won a championship.
And so what about him?
And he's the winningest coach ever.
Is he Don Phony like D'Antoni?
Not at all.
Why?
It doesn't rhyme.
Why?
Doesn't rhyme.
Because Don Nelson created small ball. It's a different
But they
situation.
never won, man.
He's never won. You're right.
He's never
won. He's never won.
So Don Nelson, no good either.
But he's the winningest coach ever. Is D'Antoni that?
What? No.
He's saying he can rest his hat on at least the fact that he's the winningest.
He's the winningest coach
But that's
ever.
the same thing as D'Antoni resting his hat on. Every team that played the Warriors, healthy Warriors, lost in 5. They took them 7.
That's what he laid his hat on. He took the Warriors to 7 games. That's his best attribute.
Yeah, you can put a banner up.
I think
took the Warriors to 7 games.
Okay.
Nice.
This is why Draymond thinks he's better than Barkley. It's your fault, Stack.
It's my fault?
Yeah, because it's rings. Rings. One guy's got 3, one guy's got 0. He's clearly better.
Well, honestly, he's had a better career.
Oh, here we
as
go.
far as championship, not numbers-wise. He wasn't a better player, but
my goodness.
Nick, he has 3 chips.
Yes.
Barkley has none.
I understand.
So,
and by
Nick, you got to start using your common sense, bro. He has 3 chips. Barkley has had a better.
Barkley would trade his career for Draymond's because he gets the jewelry?
He would trade it for a championship.
Hell no,
I guarantee you.
You are
because
crazy.
Barkley's sitting up there every day on that show.
Because he's a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest players ever.
I guarantee Barkley would give a lot of them points back to have a championship.
You've lost your mind.
And I guarantee, we call him and ask him that, he would say, I would give up 20,000 points. I have his number too. I have his number. Give him 20,000 points to get a championship. I guarantee he'll give it back.
He's probably
He's a winner. Barkley's a winner.
Right
So you wouldn't trade your ring
for points?
No,
for All-Star game?
for the
Nothing.
Hall of Fame?
No.
No.
I should be in the Hall of Fame. I got better stats than some guys in the Hall of Fame.
Let's go. Stats
I'm not in the Hall of Fame because of other stuff, not basketball.
Let's go.
Facts.
Are you calling Barkley right now?
Calling Barkley.
Ask him.
Well, just don't go to break.
Yeah,
If he's
let's
gonna,
ask him. Let's ask him. Let's ask him.
He gave me the bleep you button. He doesn't want to talk right now.
Awesome. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.